What's up, everybody? Fortexfiend here, and welcome back to another video on SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, I woke up this morning, saw all the messages in my Discord, and man, did they drop a bombshell of news for us within the game. Not only am I going to be reacting to a trailer for the brand new units that we're going to be getting, but we're also going to be taking a look at what they do because they already teased it, and also the Generation Tower event that's going to be coming out, and also some quality of life upgrades that we have been asking for. So strap in, boys and girls, because we got a lot to do on this video. And remember, if you enjoy what you see on this channel, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm just gonna get on with it that way because, you know, I want to get onto the video, and be sure to check the links in the video description and the pinned comments. But let's go ahead and start off with the trailer showcasing the new units and the warship. Ooh, unicorn! Oh, it's Banshee! Oh, that's beautiful. It looks beautiful. That unit looks so cool. That dark design. Aha! So this is going to be the limited unit. I wonder if we're going to get more than one limited unit. Rudy Marcenas is the pilot for this one. I haven't watched this series yet. But again, I'm trying to catch up on all of the different Gundam series because I really do want to watch them. So, but this design looks awesome. This unit looks really cool. And it's a defender. So we are getting our very first limited defender, if I'm not mistaken, which is going to be, I'm curious to see what this unit's going to be able to do. Okay. Who's the next one? G Gundam! Oh, there he is! The Master Gundam! Oh, that's sick! That is sick! All right, finally, G Gundam fans are eating good. Ooh. Oh, I like that. The hands that were coming out. Aha, Master Asia, undefeated of the East, and it's not limited. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So G Gundam fans rejoice because we're getting our first UR G Gundam unit, and it's not limited. So if you don't pull it on this banner, you can get it on the future banners. But that's awesome. Wow, Master Asia is coming out. Nice. And, ooh, okay, so that warship is interesting because it's Dark Gundam. Okay, very, very interesting. And I'm wondering what the tag and everything is going to be. Nice. I want to see Unicorn one more time because that was just amazing. Here we go. Oh, Twitter, come on. What's going on here? Did the hype, did we get too hyped? Did we break it? I think we broke it. Okay, there we go. I'm definitely most interested in this one because this is a limited defender. And again, it's our first limited defender, which is pretty sick. So I'm definitely interested in this one. That was a pretty sick trailer, guys. I'm very, very excited. But I'm even more excited for what we're going to take a look at next here, which is going to be the news that they just dropped. And I'm wondering why they decided to just drop everything into like one announcement. But that's cool. We got a lot to talk about. Okay. So we're going to start things off with the August 2025 updates. So this is the monthly update. I'm wondering if they've done this for like the other ones because this is I feel like this is the first time that they've done this. So right over here, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new units coming out on the 31st, 12 JST. So remember, that is next Wednesday, July 30th, 8 p.m. Pacific. So here we have some details on Banshee Norn destroy mode. So this is going to be our first limited time durability unit. Its custom weapon or its EX weapon is Revolving Launcher EX. So the debuff reduces enemy attacks by 25%. Probably going to be higher, I'm assuming, if you get to level 5. And then we have a brand new debuff here, which I think is pretty sick. Features a weapon that reduces the max range of the enemy's beam weapon by 1. So this reduces the enemy's beam weapon's range. So this is very useful not only for PvP, but can also be useful for like PvE in terms of like Eternal Road. So let's say like you're up against enemies and you want to like just check the enemy data, see what kind of attacks they use. This could come very well in handy in preventing them from actually counterattacking because you're affecting the range of their specific weapon type, which is beams. I think that's really cool. And then additionally, this is quite powerful. Reduces damage taken by 50%. when the enemy attacks with beam ranged weapons. That is very powerful. Now, this is unfortunately not applicable to incoming EX attacks that have that weapon damage nullification, which a lot of the URs have. But for like pretty much everything else that is like a beam ranged weapon, that's a lot of damage mitigation. So I'm already pretty impressed with the limited time unit so far. And if you guys manage to get your hands on this one, I'd say it's worth it, even though I always say, you know, leverage the amount of diamonds that you have. You know, if you're saving for particular favorites, maybe pass. But if you want a pretty solid, and in my opinion, probably one of the better defenders that we're going to be getting in the game, definitely consider this one. This one's pretty cool. And then the pilot, Riddy Mercedes, durability pilot, up to 2 extra support defenses. We're always welcoming that. I love 2 extra support defenses, not just 1, but 2. And then afterwards, they're teasing his character skill, increase own evasion by 100%. So he's going to have sway. I'm hoping that because he is a limited pilot, that he's going to get the better version of sway, which is sway level 2 that costs less. And then perhaps maybe he'll get like, I don't know, maybe attack burst or force defend or something really good, or even like a HP restoration would be pretty cool for this pilot. But we're getting another double defender, guys, with sway, so that's pretty sick. All right, where is Master Gundam? So this is our non-limited UR unit, which will be appearing in future banners after it leaves from the raid up. So it's an attacker, which is awesome. He has an EX weapon, which increases own weapon power the closer you are. That makes sense because he's a martial artist, so melee combat is going to be like your specialty here. Also has the ability that increases own critical rate by 25% when the vigor is supercharged or higher. So as long as his vigor is supercharged or higher, you're getting pretty much a 25% critical rate, which is pretty powerful. So this unit has the potential to be critting very often. And the pilot is Master Asia. So attacker type pilot, when piloting the map, okay, so when he's piloting his own suit and the vigor is supercharged or higher, he gets increased movement by 1, and he also has a character skill that increases his own MP by 6. So he has that ability that increases his tension right off the bat, and he also gets better movement. So it allows you to be a bit more mobile on the map. I'm hoping he gets some other type of like offensive skill, like attack burst would be great on top of it. I mean, that would just be pretty sick if he had that on top of the MP increase. So that way you're guaranteed like some really powerful burst damage from this pilot. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed with both of the suits and both of the pilots so far. And then the non-limited ship is very interesting because we got Kyoji Kashu and Dark Gundam second form. So it's going to be our very first ship that is in the form of an actual Gundam. And this is for Rival Tag, which Rival Tag it's right now. It's becoming more and more diverse, and I really think it's awesome that they're releasing a ship for Rival Tag, and it's going to be a 25% increase at base, and it is unfortunately an energy restoration, but I mean, hey, Rival's getting some love in the form of Dark Gundam. It is non-limited, so again, this one is if you miss out on it, don't worry about it, because you're going to be able to potentially pull it on like a future banner. So overall, should you be pulling on this banner? I think if you are lacking a defender, and let's say you're free to play and you need another powerful defender, I think it's definitely worth throwing in a little bit of investment into this banner. Again, just leverage how many diamonds that you have available to you. If you're looking forward to some other units that haven't come out yet, for example, Gundam Wing is celebrating its 30th anniversary, and a lot of us are talking, are they going to do something for that? There's a potential. So if you're looking forward to that, maybe hold off. If you're a whale, you already know you're going to be pulling on this. I'm going to be pulling on this on my whale account, but I definitely think that defender unit, being our very first limited defender, is definitely worth checking out, in my opinion. So that's the should you pull portion of this video. Now we're going to get into the other news that they talked about, which is a Generation Tower is coming out. So we know that this is going to be coming out same time next Wednesday. We also got some new Eternal Road stages. It's going to be, Mobile Suit SD Gundam is going to be the restriction series, so start prepping ahead of time for that. You utilize the development tree, see what you have available for that. If you pulled for Zeta Gundam back when it first came out, fantastic unit to be able to use for that, so prepare ahead of time for that. And then regarding the future update, all right, so this is also going to be some very exciting news that they dropped here. So batch development for identical units, about time they did this. So you can start developing as many balls as possible and selling them off for those G coins. A feature which will allow players to develop the same unit multiple times at once is scheduled to appear. I wish they gave us a date, so it doesn't sound like it's going to be coming out on the 31st, but who knows, maybe it might, but they're not hinting at a date. As to avoid server traffic issues, we will also set, oh, there's a maximum limit. Okay, so we probably can't do like 9,999, but still, this is good. We have been asking for this, so it's going to give us an opportunity to really utilize those G coins from the G point shop, so that way we can start getting a lot of those nice free goodies in that particular store. Daily Diamond Pass schedule for sale. So they heard us. We've been talking about this. We suggested it in their surveys that they should have like a daily pass or some kind of like a battle pass that gives us some diamonds. This is exciting. So that way this incentivizes those of you that are free to play, that want to support the game, but don't want to necessarily spend an arm and a leg on all these diamonds. But this gives you another way to earn a little bit of diamonds every time you log in with this pass. And I'm hoping that the price is fair. I'm thinking this might be like a $4.99 pass or maybe a $9.99 pass. Hopefully not much more than that. But this is pretty cool that they are implementing this. And then addition of Fierce Enemy Assault challenge stages. So starting late August, there's going to be challenge stages for Fierce Enemy Assault that's going to be added. So it's going to be more things for us to do whenever that piece of content comes out. The challenge stages, which add a new difficulty to the level of the game, can be played without consuming AP. So that's great. We don't have to dip into our AP because that is, a resource that has to like recharge over time. Clearing each stage will yield first-time clear rewards such as diamonds, modifications, and special titles. That's pretty cool. They're giving us more to do. And then another feature is marking and unmarking favorites, a feature which will allow player to mark multiple units and as favorites and unmark them as well, is scheduled to appear. That's pretty cool. Again, more quality of life, more ways to make the game, a little bit easier and a little bit more intuitive as far as being able to play. So very, very exciting. And then the last thing that I want to take a look at here is going to be the news on Generation Tower East. This is going to be dropping again Wednesday on the 30th at 8 p.m. So what is Generation Tower? That is a very sick image right there. I love it. It's a challenging event where you clear stages by forming two powerful squads aiming for the top. Doesn't use AP. I'm hoping there is no other type of stamina system that they utilize for this, but it's not using our AP, which is great. New features for this event. All right, so in this event, the stage features units with strong area-based enhancement effects and debuffs. Use them wisely to get the upper hand. Okay, so that's kind of cool. This reminds me of, like, I played Disgaea. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have played that. Another very popular strategy RPG, but in Disgaea, they have, like, particular tiles or spaces where if you move there, sometimes you'll get a buff, sometimes you get a debuff. Enemies can also utilize that. So that's what this reminds me of. And in my Discord, someone said that these are features that were actually present in the console versions of the SD Gundam game. So that's cool that they're bringing over like essentially mechanics from the console games into this mobile port. So then it tends to feel more like you're playing like the console version of the game, even though it is in the form of a gacha. So that's really cool. It'll allow you to strategize with that for these stages. And then the prizes that you could get, you can earn characters, diamonds, and titles as event rewards. So we're going to be getting a UR supporter pilot Lacus Klein. So that's awesome that we could get a Lacus Klein. And someone was telling me, and I haven't watched Seed, so forgive me on this, but someone was telling me that this is actually not Lacus. If you guys know what they're referring to, maybe let me know in the comment section. But I haven't watched Seed yet, but hey, that's cool. They're giving us a free UR pilot and also more ways to earn diamonds. And let's see what else is said right here. Okay, so this is unlocked at player rank 16. So for those of you that are newer to the game or are just starting off, just make sure that you get to player rank 16 because otherwise you can't access this. So you need to work a little bit harder compared to the other pieces of content that we get for events to unlock this one. But player rank 16 is not too bad. But all in all, I'm very, 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 very excited. It looks like they are hearing us out in terms of these quality of life upgrades. I mean, the Diamond Pass, with the the multiple development of like the same unit and all that cool stuff. I'm very excited to see the future of this game. Hopefully we see more frequent events though, because I know it's been a bit of a concern as to like once you're done with something, pretty much there's nothing much else to do in the game. So maybe hopefully we'll get like, I'm hoping for like a bi-monthly like Master League would be kind of cool, or if they repeat the Generation Tower like twice a month too or something like that, I think that's going to be awesome. if they can have that, you know, kind of like recurring. But let me know what you guys think about everything that I've just discussed. I know it's a bit of a long video, so thank you guys for being patient with me, but we covered my reaction. We covered the should you pull for the new banner, and we covered all of the juicy details of Generation Tower, as well as the quality of life upgrades. Let me know what you guys all think. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and stay blessed, everybody.